What's up guys, Blade Master here. Welcome to something that's kind of like a promo match for the upcoming Unit Ban EX tournament that I'm hosting. We've got all 16 players and the tournament, the first round is supposed to end by Monday 27th. Hopefully I have some MLG moments and some matches to bring to you guys before then. So, to tide you over, here's some Rome 2 action. I'm fighting up against Gbrothers P. This is going to be a very interesting match because we are playing under the Unit Ban EX rules. I've taken Carthage, Gbrothers P has taken Rome. So, with Carthage, I picked Carthage first, so he could pick 2 units to ban from my army. And then I could either choose to unban 1 unit from my army, or I could choose to just ban 2 units from his roster as well. So he decided to ban the noble infantry, the mercenary noble fighters, and he decided to ban the Carthaginian cav. So Carthage is a pretty decent faction considering these unit ban rules. They have a lot of variety in their factions, so they don't in their roster, so they don't really rely on 1 unit per se. That said, the mercenary noble fighter is not a strong unit ban pick because they are good, but I would never have brought them in any case. They're usually pretty cost ineffective. I would have instead banned the mercenary Scutari cavalry and the Carthaginian cavalry, so I would have no mid-tier cavalry options left. So, with the Carthaginians, I've brought 2 mercenary Numidian noble cavalry. It's been a while since I played with them. Hopefully they do well in this game. I've also brought a couple of mercenary Scutari and 3 mercenary Samnite warriors. Finally, I've brought a total of 3 mercenary Iberian swordsmen. You can only bring a max of 8 melee infantry units in the tournament. I brought a couple of Balearic slingers and 3 mercenary Scutari cavalry and an African war elephants general. Now, Gbrothers P, I decided to ban. I didn't decide to unban any unit, considering those units I could do without. I decided to ban the Evocati cohorts and Hastati for Gbrothers P when he took Rome. I think that's a pretty decent set of units to ban. So he's brought a total of 4 Velites. Interesting. He's brought a couple of gladiators. He has brought a backline a rear line of 4 legionaries and 3 principes or 4 principes. Finally, he's brought a couple of Saki Equites, a general and bodyguard, I guess, and 1 auxiliary cavalry up in front. Now, I'm moving back my main line, and I'm focusing fire with my mercenary Balearics on both the gladiators, seeing as they're very lowly armored. So they're taking a shit ton of casualties from my Balearics, even just from 1 or 2 volleys. I'm going to charge in with my mercenary Scutari, and he's consequently going to pull back with his Velites. And then I'm going to, again, consequently pull back with my Scutari because I don't want to engage his armored legionaries just yet. I'm going to pull back my mercenary Balearic slinger here. My Numidian cavalry are taking some shots on his armored legionaries, on his principes. They're getting 10 casualties. It's pretty decent. And they're firing into the unshielded side. So with that 41 missile damage that those units have, it is going to be pretty devastating. And it's good enough to force him to try and charge into them. Now with this Saki Equites, I decided to rear charge with my mercenary Numidian cavalry. And then charged in with a mercenary Samnite as well to try and destroy the cavalry that he had. Meanwhile, I'm charging up in the center with mercenary Scutari. And then charging in with Samnites and with mercenary Scutari as well. So charged in with Scutari cavalry, charged in with the infantry, and then I'm going to try and pull back the cavalry. Now he's losing a lot of his ammo on the Velites, and now you can see I'm pulling back with my Scutari cavalry there. I'm just spreading out my troops so that I can catch his units. My mercenary Numidian cavalry have taken quite a few casualties here, and his Saki Equites are going to come into charge. They don't have spears, so they're not very good in melee against enemy cavalry, these mercenary Numidian noble cavalry. The mercenary Balearic slingers have gotten 31 kills so far, and now I'm going to charge in because I spot a hole in his army. Going to pop Stampede, and then going to charge in. He's using Flaming Shot, which is not a good idea with his Velites. They would just as easily kill the elephants with regular shot, but using Flaming Shot, they allow my elephants to charge into them. He's going to come in with his Legatus, which is a smart decision. No, not necessarily, because that means he's unnecessarily risking his Legatus. You can see they're taking a lot of casualties there. Mercenary Numidian Noble Cavalry down to 27 men. The Saki Equites down to 20, so I will be able to eventually win out against that unit. He's got this auxiliary cavalry that's tore through my Iberian swordsmen and now making it into my Balearic slingers. But my African war elephant's general is, while he is running amok, he's destroyed the Legatus. Well, the Legatus is down to 19 men, which means it can very easily come back. Armored Legionary is down to 34 men though, and this general unit has already gotten 118 kills. Now I'm going to come in with my mercenary Numidian noble cavalry onto the rear of these on these armored legionaries, I believe. No, these are Principes who are going to brace. Get a great charge in and then charge into the rear of those armored legionaries as well. That's going to do a pretty decent bit of damage. The mercenary Numidian noble cavalry are very good in a mid to late game scenario. Ooh, African war elephants though taking a lot of damage from the Velites. Those Velites are just so important to Gbrothers P's chances of winning this game. I wanted to kill them off with the Balearic slingers, but then I got sucked into just charging into his, or shooting into his gladiators. And I'm charging into the gladiators here with my mercenary Scutari cavalry. Again, since they are very lowly armored, you can see they're taking a really huge amount of casualties from the Scutari cavalry. Attila-esque charge there. African war elephants gotten a double experience chevron, but down to 10 units, and if I lose my general now, it's going to be really bad for the morale of my units. They're already fighting up against really much stronger Roman infantry. Mercenary Numidian noble cavalry though, with this extended support, these back charges and stuff with the Scutari cavalry here, while my mercenary Iberian swordsmen hold up, I should be able to do just about decently. The Principe is taking a pretty decent charge there. Iberian swordsman got a single experience chevron because I think they killed off a lot of his cavalry. The mercenary Numidian cavalry here got only 41 kills and is starting to waver. Meanwhile, my Samnite warriors doing what Samnite warriors do best, in that they're just holding out like fucking tanks. They are just so good at holding out. They'll get a decent number of kills even against Principes, but this is really where they truly shine, getting ganged up on by multiple units. As long as the general is not dead, they don't suffer that morale shock, they will be okay. They actually have discipline too, so it just increases their chances of staying longer in a battle. The Velites here gotten a single experience chevron simply because they killed off my general. Excuse me. So yeah, the Samnites here getting 107 kills, single experience chevron. Luckily I managed to pull out my general. He's down to 8 units, but they are very safe from the Velites now. Coming in again and again and again with mercenary Numidian noble cavalry, just pounding his armored legionaries to dust. Basically just charging into their rear multiple times. The mercenary Samurai's got only 46 kills, but there's nothing more that you can expect from them. I need to get more and more kills from my Numidian noble cavalry if I want to win this little engagement here. Any spare armored legionaries left at the end of the battle, especially if my general is dead, is going to be incredibly problematic for me. So yeah, here coming in, these units seem to be pretty exhausted by now, but their swords should really help them in melee. Completely flatten these armored legionaries on the charge. They're still in, well, now they're in yellow morale. They're going to continuously take a lot of damage there. He's got 3 Velites units left. I charged into the rear of his Hastati here, or his Principes here, with my African war elephants, with Stampede on, and with a battle rhythm, just to completely flatten them. And then I'm going to support with mercenary Scutari, who've already gotten a single experience chevron. And I'm going to charge into the rear of these Principes. Some of you might be wondering why I didn't pick Libyan infantry, and even though Libyan infantry are a lot more versatile with their access to shield wall, I just don't like them. I like the Scutari. They seem to be much more cost effective at only 620 talents, and they have real good punching power with that 44 melee attack and 35 weapon damage. A pretty decent charge of 21 too. So now I have one Balearic Slinger which has already gotten a single experience chevron. They've done brilliantly, and I'm going to be again firing into his either his Velites or his gladiators. Now I have the blessing of increased maneuverability on my side and increased speed due to my cavalry units, but I need to pull out my general from there ASAP. But I'm going to issue attack orders with my mercenary Iberian swordsman here. It looks like his Velites are out of ammo. They get one solitary volley here, but it's not enough to kill off my war elephants. And I'm also going to charge in with mercenary Scutari cavalry and just run them down. Balearic Slinger is taking more shots on the gladiators. They're going to do so well. I mean, these units will not be able to withstand the Slinger fire. It looks like when I don't have any blood mods on, there looks to be like hardly any blood in this game. Which is weird. Not really what I like. I need some blood, bro. So Velite is done. This last Velite is obviously not going to, win the battle on its own. Pyrrhic victory, very, very close game. And you would almost never see Carthage winning against Rome in a regular engagement, especially when the opponent can bring Evocatis and Hastati. That is the bread and butter of Roman armies. They bring 3 or 4 Hastati and they bring like the rest is just Evocatis. And then maybe they'd bring like a Balearic Slinger or two with the remnants of their funds and some Equites, maybe, and maybe like a couple of Vigiles just to be like meat shield units. But without Evocati, without Hastati, you still have access to an incredible variety of really strong units. Principes, for example, and armored legionaries. The gladiators were a very risky choice and not one that I really agree with. Bringing the Velites was a smart idea, though. I like the use of Velites. Not really sure why he decided to bring auxiliary cavalry, but they seem to have done pretty well in this game. My mercenary Numidian cavalry, one of them didn't do well. You just absolutely cannot use mercenary Numidian noble cavalry in melee against enemy cavalry. You have to use them to just fire javelins into high value infantry, preferably, or high value cavalry, and then just keep pulling away. But against melee infantry, even against really strong armored legionaries, mid to late game, rear charges from mercenary Numidian noble cavalry can be incredibly deadly. As you can see here, 184 kills with the double experience chevron. One of my Balearic Slingers did pretty well too, and Iberian swordsmen proving their versatility with those javelins, just destroying the cavalry with their soliferum. Mercenary Samnites also, I think, a pretty big MVP, and look at the mercenary Scutari here with the double experience chevron. Bunching power at its best. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more. Peace.